Today's video we're going to be shaving with Ariana and Evan's Never Alone and my beloved Feather Artist Club Stainless Steel, or SS as it's also known. If you like the sounds of that, stay tuned. Let's get shaving. Greetings friends, welcome to the demo meet, J-Mac at the Red Island Shaver. So glad to have you all aboard. And you know, I'm in a really good mood today. You know I'm in a good mood? Because I'm here in the den, I'm going to have a great shave, and I'm going to share it with you, and that always puts me in a fantastic mood. And plus, it's Canadian Mafia Show Day, which means I'm going to have a fun time tonight. So yes, Ariana Evans, Never Alone, the project we did with Pete and Ariana and Evans, Jason at the Razor Company, myself and Razor Ray. Oh, man, I love this soap. I love this soap. I love the scent on this. Just a nice classic masculine kind of cologne, like old school barbershop is what I get out of it. Just love it, love it, love it. Gonna go with the Trafalgar T3 from Simpson's, one of my favorite synthetic brushes. I'm just gonna have a real nice shave today. Real nice shave. And the scent notes on this quick, they will be down below because I forget, there's so many in here. We have bitter orange, Calabrian bergamot, there's sage, anise, pink peppercorn, rose, leather, sage. If I didn't mention sage already, a lot going on in this one, and it's just a gorgeous scent. Probably one of my favorite barbershops that I have in the den. It's like an old school cologne type barbershop. So good. And we'll get a good load on the brush here, and we will get into this. My only complaint with this soap is, you know, we did it as a limited release, and this is it. So when this tub is gone, this soap is gone, and that makes me sad because I love it. I really love it. I wish I had a backup tub. I so wish I had a backup tub, but such is life. And yeah, we'll get this proto lather. We don't want this going to waste. This is in the K2E base, the Kaizen 2 with the emu oil. This stuff is legit. It's a good soap. And you know, we raised a lot of money for charity with this, so it's super awesome. Super cool thing to be a part of. We had a ton of fun with it, so we'll get the tub cleaned up and put back in its rightful spot. Right by the doorknob. I have it on the top of the pile that's in that organizer, so actually I see this soap every time I come into the den and close the door, so I'm always looking right at it, and that was a reminder. It's very cool. Alright, so the meat and potatoes of today's shave. I was talking to a good friend of the channel the other day on my post, actually, on Leather and Blade, about getting my mojo back with the straights and such, and he's a good friend of the channel, the Belfast Shaver, and he's started into the brotherhood of the blade, as I like to call it. Everybody that straight razor shaves and shavette shaves, I like to call it the brotherhood of the blade. So when I see a new shaver, you know, it's had their first shave with a straight razor or a shavette, I always welcome them to the brotherhood. It's just a little quirky thing that I do because, you know, when a hobby full of people, I think we're still kind of a smaller subset of people that like to use the straight edges. So we call it I call it the brotherhood. So Belfast Shaver, welcome to the brotherhood, my brother. So anyway, we had a great conversation, and so I thought I would do yet another tips and tricks video. There's some things that I've learned over the years. I've been straight razor shaving for 6 years. As you guys know, in the last video, I said, you know, I kind of got my mojo back. I was kind of doubting myself for a bit, you know, with all the issues that were going on. And I feel like I got my groove back, so, you know, and I do like doing tips and tricks videos when I can. There's always so much stuff to remember to try and put into one video. So sometimes multiple videos on the topic are needed. You know, we always learn. I learn from others. Like I still learn from Phil Wetshaves. I learn from Lyle, the SaskShaver. I learn from a lot of people on techniques. So anyway, I want to start with one of the main things. As I've been working really hard off camera, behind the scenes, working on my technique and getting it back to where I felt I was really confident with it. And this is something that Neil and I talked about. I didn't stray too far from like soap bases, so I use a lot of First Canadian, a lot of Ariana and Evans. So one of my biggest tips would be when you're learning to straight razor shave, don't change too many variables, especially with soaps. Find a soap base you really like, one that you've got really dialed in, you know how to lather perfectly, and it's a nice, you know, good slick soap, all that stuff, and stick with it. So don't change that variable up. Have your lathers nice and consistent. So that's a good first thing to keep in mind when you're learning this. I'm gonna do one more application of water. I loaded this kind of heavy, so keep that in mind. Second, something I don't think I've ever touched on in tips and tricks is frame of mind and mindset. If you're just learning, get yourself mentally prepared for the shave. And the reason I mention this is because I found myself doing this as I was working on my technique and improving my technique. Was get yourself in the proper mindset for the shave you are about to undertake. And holy Christ, I got lather everywhere. Look at this brush. It's just, oh, that's so nice. Yeah, get ready for the task at hand. You know, get yourself in a good headspace. If you're having a bad day, your head's clouded, fuzzy, a bunch of problems and stuff going on, and you can't really give it your all, that might not be the day to grab a straight razor. You want clarity. You want to be thinking straight. You want to be at peace with yourself. So I would definitely recommend doing that. And this is a nice lather. This, oh yeah, we're set up for straight razor shaving here right now. So I'm gonna clean off the work areas, put the brush in the scuttle. A little bit of running water, guys, as we get set up to really enjoy this shave here today. So I'm probably going to repeat myself a few times in this video, but so the bullet points: proper frame of mind for the task at hand, and oh geez, this is some slick stuff. I might just use the towel to clean this area off so I'm able to grip. There. Now the hand towels smell like Never Alone. So proper frame of mind and a soap base that you are dialed in with. You know the ins and outs. And oh yeah, there we turn on the sun, and good to go. So weapon of choice, the Feather Camisori SS. I absolutely love this razor. The Belfast Shaver, he got the Feather SR, which is their new lineup. So they have the DX, the SS, and the SR. They're all going to shave a little different. They're all going to have a slightly different shaving angle. I was mentioning that to them. This one is particularly shallow. So what I like to do when I come in is I'll actually just lay it spine on the face, and I just roll the edge, and then I just want that spine barely off my face. And I shave. Nice, gentle, easy strokes, and I'm using very light positive pressure. I can't stress that enough. We always say, you know, use no pressure. Well, you have to use a bit of pressure to get this thing moving. I mean, if I just hold it here, the weight of the razor is not going to magically force my arm and all those muscles and tendons down. So you have to guide it. So positive pressure just means enough pressure just to hold it against your skin at the same angle. as you make your shaving stroke. Nice and easy. Very nice. Man, this soap is slick. Oh, I love it. Great, great soap base for this type of shaving. So now we switch, same grip. For me, I do the 3 fingers on top and the 1 underneath. Coincidentally, since I have another shavette here, I will show you. It is the exact same grip I would use with scales. As you can see, 3 fingers on top. The only difference is I have the scales coming up between my middle finger and my ring finger, and the pinky locked in underneath that tang. Just locks the razor in place, and I will actually shift that grip a little bit whether there's scales or not as I move about the face. I will start like this, but when I get closer to the middle of my face and my angle of my wrist and stuff changes, I may move that pinky up top, but other than that, same grip locked in. All right, so start the second side. Nice, easy, positive pressure, nice gentle strokes. Gentle stretch. And I try and do this in chunks too. So if I'm doing my cheeks, I will take it just below the jawline. So that way when I start, or either just below or right at the jawline. So when I start my neck, the blade is actually coming in just under my jawline. I've already made kind of that turn around my jawline. So it just makes it easier. I don't have to worry about catching my jawline with that blade as I come in. All right, so that's the first pass. Switch the tap to cold. I want a nice cold water rinse. So the second pass is where things change for me, and this is my 3rd or 4th point now at this at this juncture of the shave, is realizing that your preferred pattern for your DE shaves may not necessarily coalesce with your straight razor shaving. Depending on the way your grain grows and stuff, sometimes sacrifices have to be made. Case in point, my grain grows sideways. So if you're familiar with my DE shaves, this pass on my neck, I will start and I will go on an angle from my ear to my Adam's apple, and kind of follow that all the way across until I get over here, and then I got to go from my ear to my Adam's apple. Well, maybe some guys can pull that off with a straight razor. I find it fairly difficult to do it accurately all the time. And I just find I don't have as much control over the razor. And kind of the angles I got to get at to do that, there's almost a tendency to dig the point of the razor into your neck. You don't want to do that. So I have made adjustments. And that adjustment is I will just do 2 north or 2 south to north passes where I can get the majority of that, and then I reach for the DE, and it is what it is, and there ain't no shame in it. Now I got a little bit of moisture on the handle of the razor. I'll dry that off. So now a little stretch on the ear, straightens out the skin right by the ear. Pull up on the skin. I get that jawline. And same grip for that backhand grip. All I'm doing is just, instead of holding the razor like this, just rotating the wrist straight across. All right. And so I got looking at the SR, kind of jumping around here. Now I don't need another camisari or another feather for that matter. This one is awesome. I love it. But Neil shared a picture of his with the turquoise scales. And it looked awesome. So now I want it. Just for the scales alone. So what I'm doing here as well, I'm pulling down very gently with my thumb, and I'm stretching my neck back, and it's making my neck skin nice and taut. Still a very shallow angle, and I'm kind of rolling the razor as I go up and out just a little bit. Or, yeah, kind of angled in, and then I'm kind of scooping, kind of coming out away from my jawline as I move. I'm just following the contours of my face. The grip I do for this is pretty simple, and this works just as well with scales. You just fold the scales down. I'm just gripping it with index finger and thumb equal to each other, and then I'll put my other fingers on as I need to stabilize the razor. But most of the work is being done with these two fingers, and it's all in the wrist. So start in. And angle out. I'll do a bit of buffing over here because my growth is like Velcro over here, so I find the buffing really helps prevent this razor from wanting to dig in. Now I go back to my regular grip, rotate the wrist. Just like that, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Also, another thing to work on is kind of memorizing your pattern. I'm doing the same strokes the same way each and every time. I'm not changing them, even over in this side of the neck. I will show you what I mean by that. I kind of start a little off center. That's just because of the way my eye works, so I kind of want to get the first stroke in kind of where I can see what I'm doing, and then I can visually confirm what I'm feeling with my face, with my other senses, angle, pressure, how the cutting action is, and then I will adjust if I need to. So, and that's consistent from shave to shave to shave. It doesn't change. My pattern doesn't change. It's just the same shave in, shave out. And that is the muscle memory, and that's key to a great shave. Straight razor, because what you want to do is you want to build that repetition, you want to build that muscle memory, and then eventually your hands just, they know what to do. They don't need a whole lot of input from you. So show you what I mean. I'll start kind of in from my ear. You can see I left this patch over here, but doing this stroke, I've confirmed my angle of attack. So now I'll move out that way, then I'll work in this way. I'll go over to here, pull up, so I got my jawline up over my jawline. nice. And I don't need to buff on that side. For some reason, the hair just, it's not as prickly on that side. Now we'll go back to the neck. Once again, the 2-finger grip, just kind of cradling. Very nice. All that hair is basically gone. Now stretch again. I'm listening for the blade to cut too. Yeah, that did a remarkable job. That's BBS right there. All right, so I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna do my my quick cleanup and we'll come back with the final thoughts. Back in a minute. All right, and I am back, and I tell you what, that was a wonderful shave. Nice BBS with just a little bit of DE cleanup just to get that sideways growth. Maybe a little bit of roughness right here, but I think that's gonna dry down into nothing. I think this is going to be like an all-around BBS shave. And we're going to go with the matching post-shave, of course. Never Alone. Oh, beautiful stuff. So, Neil, I hope these tips kind of helped you. I know they even helped me. You know, I was thinking about doing this video. Got myself in the proper frame of mind to have a straight razor shave today, or a shavette shave. Whichever terminology you want to use. So I was in that headspace. I was ready, prepared. I had a soap base I'm very familiar with, a great soap base. And just, you know, put everything together into a beautiful, beautiful shave. Oh my God, that is smooth. Oh, I better put a little bit more of this juice on. I love it so much. Love it so much. Yes, hopefully these little tips help. You know, if there's anything you guys want help with, or anything clarified, or want something pointed out, don't hesitate to ask. Let me know in the comments below. I'm more than willing to help. Or you can send me a PM on my Instagram. Link to that is down below as well. So I'm always up to help if I can. That's how we learn. We learn from each other. And, you know, it's one of the things I like doing. If I think I have a bit of knowledge that's helpful to pass on, then I like to try and pass that on, help as many people as I can. If you're new to the channel, liking the content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. We do a lot of everything here. You know, if this is your first video seeing, well, we use shavettes. We use Artist Club shavettes. We use half blade DE shavettes. We have the WEC straight razors, DE razors of all sorts and kinds, and injectors. We do it all. So if you're liking that, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Helps my channel grow, helps our community grow. And that's it for me until tonight, guys. I left this right to the very end to see who is watching. That's right, the Canadian Mafia Show. Me and 4 of my wet shaving brothers from Canada are going to be having a few drinks and having some fun and doing the Mafia Show. Make sure you're entered in the giveaways on our Instagram page at the Canadian Mafia Show. And we will see you tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. So until then, my friends, be safe, be kind to one another, and most importantly, have a great day and eat better shave. Peace.